Audio test. It seems fine on Twitch. Let me check YouTube. Give me just a minute here as I get something set up. Ralston, how's it going, man? So this created an entirely new stream on YouTube instead of using the one that I had set up. So I need to just go and delete the old one and make sure people are going to the correct one. Copy my description from this. I'm doing something different, so it's like completely screwed up all of the settings here. So just give me a minute while I fix this. I look like I need a disco ball. Terrible. Give me just a sec. The moment I hit the start button on anything, I'm going to get bugged. So just how it normally goes, right? Okay, let me resize this chat window. There we go. Alston, do you even have a ramen character? I don't remember. Is the bit good on both of these? Pitch looks good. Okay, I just need to actually go through and delete the old stream that I'd set up. That old link. Like literally, I hit the start button on this. I haven't been bugged for hours, and the minute I hit the start button, I get I'm getting like messages from my family. It's like your timing just absolutely blows. Okay, let's delete. Yes, just delete. So this is the first time trying out Restream. I don't know how to get all the the notifications from Twitch and YouTube to both show up. So I've only got the YouTube stuff turned on right now, but I can still set the chat time. I've got the Twitch window open right now on another monitor. So first thing I need to do is get my daily done. Now, for me, I'll make this UI just a little bit bigger today. So let's go to 1.5. There we go. I buy more reroll tip because I hate doing half the content this game has. So I'm gonna just roll this one. That's good. Pulling damage on the ground. That I handle. So I need to deal phase damage, puller on damage. Phaser's easy enough with the Agony Field Generator, but for puller on, I'll just take a slit beam. Nick, how's it going? Yeah, so looks like none of the chat's going to show up through maps. So I'm just going to turn the at the bottom off. So there just won't be any like pop-ups today because I got things figured out through Restream. This is the first time I've ever Restream, so I really don't know how it's going to go. Is everything coming through fine over on Twitch there, Nick? Go in GPL, using damage ground. Audio is screwed. How bad is it? Is it just a really long delay? I think it might be because I'm using NVIDIA broadcast. Let me change the microphone. Is this better? KO level bad? Was staticky before? So is this any better or is this worse? Looks like I just need to turn the noise gate back on now. Let's see if this keeps cutting out. Hopefully this is better. I was using RTX broadcast. I haven't used that in a while, so that often would mess up. For these ground endeavors, the easy way that I like to do these is through Operation Wolf. Do a solo one on the ground and get the damage done. Better? Okay. Yeah, I just a few settings changed and I'm streaming this on the settings are going to be worse like visually on YouTube than the previous streams because I'm streaming at a lower bitrate for because I can't stream at the full bitrate that I normally would over on Twitch. So definitely a few things that I'm gonna have to get figured out for Restream. A lot of FPS lag right there on that loading scene I see.
Everyone's here? Good. Let's get started. In this simulation, you'll be infiltrating the Terran Space Defense Fortress. Your
Back to sleep. Goodbye, Nicholas. Just wanted to say hi. I appreciate that, Nick. Yeah, now it seems like the stream is really choppy. Turn the recording off, see if that helps.
use the exocomps to get the doors
Charlie,
open.
how you doing?
Get to the consoles down in the security hub.
Just a nice and quick way to get your ground endeavors done if you're just looking to do damage is just go into a solo Operation Wolf and you can get the ground damage quite easily. For the phaser stuff, you just do Agony Field Generator. It's like that, the ground endeavors are done. You don't have to complete the map, you just stay in there long enough to get the endeavor done. Phone not disturb and ignore all the messages that I'm suddenly getting spammed with. That'll end up pretty well. Yeah, the Section 31 heavy phaser rifle is pretty good. I use that on a lot of my alt characters. It's a very good weapon. Okay, for the GPL, I'm just going to run over to a character that's over at the S9 and just go to the Davo table quick.
Spin the wheel and win.
I want to play darts. I want to play Davo. So the audio's much better now. Are you guys seeing a lot of like stuttering on the stream? Because it is saying that there's a lot of packet loss. a lot of frames being skipped over and all that, which is weird because the settings are significantly lower than before. Yeah, I don't get that. Like if I go, like I'm looking at the settings here, like there should be no reason it's not, uh, rendering the frames with this computer. So there's something messed up in my settings. Dan, how you doing? That's all the lovely endeavors done. The spinner was stuttering. Yeah, it's weird. Now I'm blurry. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the setup today. I figured there'd be a few issues just trying out Restream, but you're saying I'm blurry now too. I see the like my arm like fading in and out there. Everything's blurry. Refresh the window on your side. It looks fine on Twitch. You check the YouTube. Whoa. Why is it so blurry on YouTube? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, refresh your window. It was blurry when I loaded into my YouTube window, and then I just refreshed it, and it was fine. So the first thing I think I'm going to need to do uh, with Restream here, if I continue to use it going forward, is find a way to have both the Twitch chat and YouTube chats synced up. Like I can see everything through the window they have, but I'm going to need to find a way where I can have that up on the stream, because I think with the stream elements here, if I turn the overlay back on, not even showing anything for the YouTube chat now with Restreams.
Platinum is a girl's best
I'm gonna have to do.
friend.
Yeah, that's weird. Now it's good for you. Sadly, I don't have any Phoenix packs to go and open on this character in the lucky spot over there. I haven't really done too much in the game since the last time I streamed. Just dailies for the most part. Been a little burnt out on STO, which probably is quite apparent to some people. I think a big thing for me with STO is just not much for someone like myself to do at endgame. Like I can play the market, but there's not really. When's the last time they added content that people thought was hard? Been watching the Riemann Bridge Officer market, these uncommons, if they have the infiltrator trait. You can sell those for like there's one 300 mil, 450 mil. Like you need those for any of the builds where you're trying to stack cloak ambush on a Romulan, and they're such a pain to get. I got one the other day for 5 mil. Someone mispriced, or they just posted it not knowing what the value was.
This could be your day.
Nice, Dwayne. Yeah, the Bajoran Interceptor, the Domino console is really nice. No, I'm trying to do both at the same time, Charlie. I think Twitch has less delay. But I figured I would just give it a shot. You know, just with the streams, if I can pull in more viewers doing both at the same time.
Ready to get lucky?
Okay. Yeah, it's Twitch side of things. When I refreshed, it looked fine. Delta LG, thank you for. No notifications are gonna pop up for Twitch or YouTube though with this because the settings are just completely messed up right now. On this character, I need to check McStew's fleet. Just been trying to keep an eye on this, make sure things are getting slotted. I haven't really been playing a ton this week, a ton of STO that is, so I haven't been filling the duty officers. I think Nick's been taking a little bit of a break from the game also, so neither him or I are really keeping up with the DOFs here, and I don't think anybody else is. So I'm gonna need to go through and maybe just take a look at filling up some of the duty officers on this fleet. Oh, the Lola nuts? Yeah. Yeah, right now, if you're a free-to-play player, it's a great time. Really is a great time to farm the Lola nut favors. Message here. Also, I noticed too with it creating, or when it Restream created the YouTube stream, the thumbnail it used as an update that. Yeah, but Lola nuts are really good to farm, and if you're patient, don't sell them right now. They're too cheap right now. You just wait for them to go up to like 20 mil stack. Alan, how's it going? Do I like the new ground ability? I haven't tried it. There's lots of new things where, like, most of the new ground stuff, I may grab it, but I don't really actively like try them out. I don't do a ton of ground combat, even when I'm really super active with the game. It's just not a part of the game that I really enjoy. So it looks like Stu's Fed fleet's also running into issues with people not filling duty officers. Get the next project slotted here. Duty officers are what absolutely like stall out most fleets. Most people will never touch duty officers. You're more likely to get people to contribute to lithium than you are to get people to contribute duty officers to projects, I've always found. You're broken enough to sell them? Yeah, I mean, if you're really desperate for EC, then, you know, use what you have available to you and get what you can. But if you're patient with the favors, you can get about 20 mil per stack. You will have to wait a little bit. For me with the summer event, I've just been doing the daily. I haven't really bothered too much with going out and grinding out a ton of favors myself. If I really want some, then I'll just sell some other asset that I have and just go and buy a stack while they're cheap, which is probably what I'll do. But yeah, not something I've been really focusing on. I have been keeping up with the daily. You know, that's easy enough to do. Like, that takes, what, a minute or two with a good floater? Yeah. Been logging out, doing the event, doing my daily endeavors, and that's pretty much been it. I just... Like, I like STO, but I've played a lot of it this year, and there's none of this new stuff that is really compelling to me. That makes me want to just go and spend time grinding it out. None of this looks like it's going to be too crazy. It's not really going to be that much of a meta impact from any of this stuff, so I'm not really much of it. They really have to rework the DOF system. They have lots of systems that they need to rework, but I think with a lot of things, like we have to be realistic about it. There's lots of things that need to be reworked, but are never going to get reworked. Darth, how you doing? What I'm annoyed about is that they've been nerfing a lot of the keybinds recently.
I will be awarding bonus favors to anyone who comes
Like all of these, the crafting keybinds that I used to share, where I would just spam 4 to bring up the last thing I crafted, 5 to max quantity, 6 to start the assignment. They've nerfed the set the quantity keybind and the keybind to start the crafting assignment. So I was about to do a redo of the video on it, and now the only one that works is the button to bring up the last thing you crafted. They've been spending their time nerfing a lot of really handy quality of life mechanics like that rather than making the game more fun to play, I feel. I'm thinking of, for like video ideas, because I've been trying to get a bunch done this month, and I missed yesterday. And I know people aren't going to be big fans of my videos tomorrow or Monday because they're not going to be for STO. But I've been thinking of just ideas for videos to do for STO throughout the month. And I'm thinking of doing one just to show off the experience of opening weapon packs, like I showed off last week, just how terrible that mechanic is. So I'm thinking of just doing a video where I go a little bit further on that and just show what it's like to open 100 weapon packs and just how bad that experience is, because Cryptic hasn't bothered to spend a couple minutes to make that better. Yeah, I did see something, Darth, about the Kabali pistol on like the 10 forward recap on Reddit. So that does, it's always nice to have things like that people want added to the game. Like, the thing is with STO right now, if this were any other day, like I've already got my dailies done, I would just Alt F4 the game and go play something else. But I'll gonna go through, see if I have anything that I need to take care of here. Get some reps done. Been working on reps slowly on a few characters. Rob, how's it going, buddy? Some reps done. This character's getting close to completion on the reps. Stargate, how's it going? Yep, Twitch and YouTube just to try out Restream. Some things I need to figure out is just like getting the chat to show up so I can have an overlay, like I normally would, where it has both Twitch and YouTube chats on it. I know that's something I can set up. It's just that I set Restream up 10 minutes before hitting the button to start streaming. So I was just trying out the quality settings today to see if it worked. Yeah, something I still wish that they would spend some time and just do something about the rewards in Elite. Give people a reason to play Elite content again, because the high-end PvE scene is just really dying out again. And I think Cryptic, it would help the community, and it would certainly help out Cryptic if people had an incentive to build and play Elite content. But right now, there's none. Like, even if you have a really geared out build, it's more efficient reward-wise to just spam advanced content than it is to play Elite. How much of a delay is YouTube on? Word-wise to just spam advanced content. YouTube's on like a 20-second delay. More videos on obscure accolades. That video was one that I'd been wanting to do for a while, but with me trying to do a bunch of videos this month, that was like that. This will be an interesting video. That's it'll be. I already know most of the subject matter on it, so I can just put something together easy for that. So that was a nice video to get done, and just to expose just how absurdly expensive that accolade is. Documents from the 1000. How you doing? But yeah, there's probably going to be a few, like with me trying to do the video each day this month, and like I said, I know I missed yesterday. Things happened. There's probably going to be some videos that are maybe not the subjects or the topics that people would expect me to cover, but I'm trying to make everything that I do this month, at least interesting for people. If I'm doing something, I want it to be something where people are going to be like, oh, they didn't know that. It's an interesting topic for them. And there's going to be a recap on some of my older videos, or like just an updated version of them. Like there's a lot of old fleet related videos that I would like to go back and read, because I don't think, even with what's out there, I feel like there's a lot of fleet related topics that people miss. And especially with the Armada system, people do not take advantage of the Armada system. People will complain about not having enough fleet credit opportunities in fleets, and then they just never check the Armada tab. The Armada tab has a massive amount of potential for extra fleet credit earning opportunities. People just don't check it. I was looking through my KDF Armada just a week ago, and there were fleets just sitting there that needed like 10,000 fleet marks for an upgrade. Nobody had touched it. I checked it like 2-3 days later. Still nobody had, done anything with it. So probably do a video just, recapping that and explaining to people how to go through and check the Armada tab, what the benefits of it are, things like that. Right now I'm gonna go through and take down all of the items that did not sell on this character and repost them. Which is apparently a lot of things. So a purple KDF crit severity doff and a bunch of rares. But if there are topics, people would like to see covered, always open to suggestions, or, if people have questions they want to ask, that would be good for a video topic. Certainly down to cover some things like that throughout the month. And if it goes well enough, I may continue pumping out videos at a more frequent rate afterwards. This is just like an experiment this month of just taking a look at the metrics and all that, seeing numbers wise how much of an impact it had, just out of curiosity. Gronix, how's it? Cheapest crit severity KDF DOF is 350 mil. Like, I'll put this one up for 300 mil, being it's already bounced once, so maybe that'll be a bit more likely to sell. Blue DOFs are all 34 mil, so I'm just going to put these up at 25. I think 25 is still a bit expensive for them, but if people on the KDF side are spending 10 mil more than that, then gladly take that. Let me know too if I'm cutting out at all, because the audio settings are still a little bit different from what they were last week, previous streams. Right now you're at 1200 Lolonuts. Very nice, Dwayne. Yeah, stockpile as many of those as you can and sell them later. Oh, it's going pretty well. Lord Bane, how's it going? Heck, that's a good idea. Like the doffing stuff, I have a lot of experience with, and people definitely. I would say the average player does not have much of an understanding about the doff system or most systems in the game, because this game it's crazy how little they explain to you in the game. I will be right back because apparently I've got a package to go pick up from the store. Back in a minute. Sorry about that. Back, thanks for stopping by. Icarus 1701, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Just checking to see if any of this stuff I have is worth anything. Yep, this is a dual stream. Twitch and YouTube. A lot of rendering lag though. I don't get what's going on there. These wide arc phasic harmonic dual heavy cannons are apparently worth 200 mil. I'll post these up at 160 and probably watch them bounce back like within the next week. The Chronics and Ben Ashley, thank you for the subs on YouTube. Quantum 111, thank you. Check in some characters, seeing if any reputations need to be filled. This character doesn't have enough. Just here for some casual content. Hey, filling reps up is very casual. Most casual content, Lord Bane. Aethel, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this name. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. I don't know how to fully pronounce your name. I really got to figure out the like an overlay or whatever just to make it sync up the alerts from Twitch and YouTube if I do restream again. Turtle, how's it going? Look at all this prime inventory space. How many rooms to open DOF packs do I have here? Barely any. Then you're in the right place. Terrible, Lord Bane. Terrible. Wolves gave you favors and a slime, and you got a slime devil's vandy shield. Kiwi, that's perfect. I expect to see stopping by Triz with that slime devil's vandy. Triz loves that vandy shield. Hell yeah. So with these DOF packs I just opened, I can go to the Armada tab and I can just look through fleets, look at their holdings, and see what projects they have there. And I could see that, oh, this fleet, if I had, another 3,000 or 4,000 fleet marks there, I could contribute them to that fleet. It's crazy. Like, this is definitely going to be a content piece I do again about the Armada because, like, it's ridiculous. People just don't take advantage of it. Like, look at that. If I had fleet marks, and there's a lot of people that complain that they have so many fleet marks and nowhere to put them. They never check the Armada tab. There was one of these projects on Stu's fleet that I thought was held up by duty officers. This one needs 8. Dwayne, that's terrible. You should. This is really casual content. Putting duty officers into a fleet. Actually, no, that's not casual because no casual player does that. Lovely issue of running a fleet. Those fleet creds are rookie numbers? I know. Look at 394k turtle. I know it's terrible. I look like a poor pleb. It's 400k fleet marks or fleet credits. It's embarrassing for me to even be showing. Riveting stuff. I know, Red. This is extremely riveting content. This is more of a test stream today, just to try out Restream. No, I didn't really have a plan for this stream other than, you know, let's get my dailies done. Except in STO, getting your dailies done takes about 5 minutes. That's why it sucks to try and do like streams for STOs because the gameplay to show off. I mean, people don't want to watch you do Admiralty or things like that, even though that Admiralty is one of the best ways to get resources in the game. You know, it's if you're playing the game, you know, people don't want to watch Doffing or Admiralty, but that's where a lot of the rewards are in endgame. It's not very engaging content. Except Turtle, you can't, at least on PC. On PC, you're limited to having 10 million fleet credits. So I'm sitting at 9.6 mil on this character right now. Yeah, that's all Trisander does on stream. Yeah, Triz. Yeah, I mean, if you're streaming STO, you basically it has to be like a just chatting stream, and that's what most of Triz's are. Is I mean, he does play some content, but a large chunk of it is him doing what he calls paperwork, which is, you know, doing endeavors or like doing doffing, admiralty. That's how Triz plays the game free to play. Like Triz has done that for a really long time as a free to play player. And because of that, he can afford pretty much anything in the game. But a lot of people don't want to watch that content, so if you're streaming STO, you have to fill that by just chatting, you know, to the people watching, answering questions, things like that, which Triz does very well. Triz also does, you know, actually do some TFOs with people, but with a limited selection of views that we have, I mean, it all gets very repetitive and eventually gets a bit boring after a while. Believe me, I know about doing the same content over and over and it being a bit exhausting. I've done the ISE grind, the yes chasing. It wears on you. Yeah, Turtle, it's a really stupid cap on the fleet creds and fleet marks. I don't know why they've done that, but that's what Cryptica's decided to do. I don't really need to be doing Admiralty, but it's something that I can do in the game. Chatting to you. So if anyone has any questions or anything, ask. I've pretty much done everything already that I wanted to do in the game today. Got all my dailies done. They took like 5 minutes. Now it's just doing some market stuff like that. I don't really feel like putting a new together today. Finally, a casual streamer. Thank you, Master of Skill. I appreciate that comment over on Twitch. I agree. All of the other STO streamers, they're very elitist. Yes, I am the casual one around here. Jex, random viewer that just came back to STO, so thank you for everything you make. They make stuff easier for. I'm glad to help, and I'm gonna have some more content over the next couple of weeks that hopefully help self and other players, are familiar with systems like the Armada system I was just talking about, and I think the Ack was asking about earlier, Doffing. I think those are two systems that a lot of people often overlook, but they're very, very good to. Our Zat Vash dual heavy cannon's pretty good. Yeah, you can do anything with any flavor of weapons. I like the Zat Vash for the visuals. But with this game, people highly overrate specific weapon types. Disruptor, phaser, of course, mathematically they're better than the other stuff, but you can do perfectly fine with like Tetrion, Polaron, it doesn't really matter. Use what you like. This game is, to be blunt about it, they've dumbed down this game so much difficulty-wise that you can legitimately use whatever you want, so long as you are familiar with your build and how to fly your ship. You can use whatever flavor of weapons you want. They're all going to be very effective, much more effective than any content this game requires. All of these EWOs. Go PvP. Terrible turtle. Michael, I think as a new player, I would go through the story missions, and if you end up getting to a point where you need to get to the next level to do the next mission, then you could do a patrol. But I think as a new player, the story is one of the largest offerings STO has, so I would go through and take advantage of the storyline, especially if you're brand new. I would go through the story missions as you're leveling up and just play the game at the pace that they designed it for. Kiwi, you're working on a build for your Romulan? Good. Jax, you're prepared to make an anti-proton cannon build? AP is really nice. I like AP. Anti-proton's a very fun weapon type. It doesn't see as much use nowadays because it was all the craze like a decade ago, and it was the only thing people used a couple years. So a lot of really old players are just tired of it. They don't like the sound of it, so they don't run it. But it's still extremely effective. Oh, Michael, if this isn't your first character, then I would just do patrols. If you don't care about the storyline, then you could just do the patrols. Sorry, I misread your question there. Kiwi the Dalkina, very nice ship. Yeah.
Ready to get lucky?
Yeah, way back it just everyone was on anti-protons. Thought this character had more very rare offs on it. Good wink, thank you for the $2. Game needs more cowbell. Indeed. Yeah, Chell, I think most are used to me being on YouTube. I was just trying Restream out. Just to see, get an idea of what it's like. And I think it's nice to be able to stream over on Twitch just to expand the viewer count and all that. But I think with everything being set up for YouTube, I'll probably just stick with what I've been doing on. So let me P6 Valiant, yeah. Just get your Romulan up to level 12 and quick level. Yeah. Yeah, I like anti-proton. The Baul anti-proton are still what I run on my tank. I think they're very good weapons for that application. They still do more than enough. I build like my tanks for. Yeah, research assignments. If you have the resources to grab research assignments, they are really good to have. What are research assignments up to now? 2.8 million for research assignments for the unopened packs. Yeah, Chell, I know. I wish YouTube did the streaming stuff a little bit better. But the nice thing with YouTube is that I can stream at whatever quality I want. Like if I want, and you know, way back I did this, I could stream my ultra wide right at the ultra wide resolution. With Twitch, you have to crop things down. Did I watch the finale for Strange New Worlds? Yes. Yeah, it was really good. I know Triz watched it a day or so back. He was bugging me to put it on my Plex, and then he sent me like a bunch of crying emotes when he finally watched it. It's just Triz though. Yeah, I think overall, Strange New Worlds has been the best of the new Trek shows. Discovery had some elements that I liked throughout the series so far, but there's been a lot that I just haven't been the biggest fan of. Picard was cool, had some nice parts, but it wasn't. I don't feel like the writing was as good as like Strange New Worlds. Yes, DeVito, how's it going? I wonder what these ground offs are worth.
Lady of heed the call of the
Everyone focuses on the like the space energy weapon or projectile weapon officers, but there's
Don't
actually
worry,
some
the
for
keyboard
ground
isn't
also
rigged anymore.
that are assault weapon officers, and they get very little attention. Yeah, I was not that impressed with Picard. Like it was good, but it wasn't like overwhelmingly. Assault squad officers. What's the cheapest one of these? 35 mil? Okay, what are KDF? When you're looking at DOFs on the exchange, you really got to be careful with this filter at the bottom. If you're trying to buy something, make sure you're looking at only usable items. Because Feds or Fed Align can only use Fed DOFs. KDF or KDF Align can only use KDF DOFs. You got to be real careful about that. So the cheapest crit severity is 110 million. This is up for 90 mil. Yeah, Turtle, it's a big reason that there's a lot of people here is they want to, they specifically just want to, you know, fly the ships that were flown in the shows or the movies. A lot of people like that. What are the consoles or sets I would recommend for a disruptor cannon build? For me, obviously the Terran cannon. I've got a disruptor build set up over on SOB, so let me just swap over to that quick. Need a Star Trek where Danny DeVito is a captain. Yeah, a lot of people just They don't care about what the highest performance is. They just want to fly the ships and everything that they saw in the shows. That's what they focus on. So for disruptors, a lot of these high-end disruptor builds really don't use a ton of sets. So really it's, quite often it's the Terran plus a bunch of spiral wave dual heavy cannons, and then aft you'll see a, spiral wave turret. And on some builds you'll see like the ultimate three-piece on, but this is a really expensive Lobi set. The reason people use the ultimate three-piece is because the three-piece gives you a clicky that gives you 100% firing cycle haste for 12 seconds. So if you time that right, that really buffs your weapons up. But that is the only set that I have on this build, other than, well, I don't even have any DECS sets on. It's just Colony Deflector, Additive Rep Engines, Fleet Warp Core, and then the Disco Shields. It's just the ultimate three-piece that I have on for sets. Everything else is just I could go probably all exploiters on this build, but I've got a bunch of crit consoles, whatever consoles I can get firing cycle haste, like Domino, Temporal Trajectory Shifter, M6 computer. Nothing really that crazy. Lexington is a really good ship. The Lexington, I think it's a bit underrated, I feel, by a lot of people, but the Lexington is like a budget, budget inquiry, budget juggernaut, you could say, probably. Not going to get the numbers those get, but it's really good for how much it cost. Chell, I love the Scimitar. I flew the Scimitar for many years, and I look forward to seeing what happens with your Thaler on run. Turtle, I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah, STO, I like the space mechanics. Like the space combat mechanics, I really like. There's no other game that's really like it. Do I think the DPRM Point Defense Bombardment Warhead set would be worth it for the two-piece? Yeah. That's a good two-piece if you don't have anything else to slot. Those are definitely some very good consoles, and it's a very good two-piece running Phaser, Disruptor, or Plasma. Yes, Shell, you heard Exploiter. How good are biomolecular disruptor weapons? So here is something that, most people will just... A lot of people focus on, the specific weapon types. It doesn't matter. Biomolecular, probably not going to be that, they're not going to do anything really that different from what a normal disruptor would. I basically look at it as, if there's a weapon proc, I just ignore it. I act like weapon procs don't exist, and I do not build around them. I know if you're using beam overload, weapon procs will go off a bit more often, but most of the time, I just ignore weapon procs entirely. I just forget that they exist, because in combat, you can't control what you're going to get a proc against, and most of the time, you're going to get a proc. If you're running like 8 of the same weapons, you're going to get one proc every like 20, 30, 40 seconds. You can just ignore them. Spiral waves have an extra baked-in modifier, so if I'm using disruptors, I just use spiral wave alongside the Terran and call it a day. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what you use. Everything's more than capable of doing any content this game has. I know I missed some questions here, so let me look up. You could still use the same mines, Lord Bane. I was trying some like full quantum setups the last time I did runs, but uh, with the mines, run whatever. I still have a lot of builds that run the same mines as in the Torp build video. That's still very effective. Got the baby inquiry, the Arbiter ×3. Arbiter's really good. The Alachi cannons, I really do like the vision. Yeah, really, weapon procs don't matter. That's the secret. People like to focus a ton on a specific, a specific proc, and every time I see someone talking about how they're focusing on like the agony, or not the agony, like the Alachi proc, or some just random weapon proc, it's like you're not gonna really get much impact out of that proc in a run. The Quib Intel Battle Cruiser. I know the ship, but I haven't got it. Let me take a look. Lieutenant Commander Attack, Commander with Intel. I mean, it's a good ship. It's not bad. It's also it's not the best. It's a little bit dated, but it'll get the job done, I'd say, looking at it. If you're looking to toss a surgical strikes build on it, it'd be fine for that. It's perfectly capable. I wouldn't rate it super high, but it's a good ship. If you have it, I wouldn't go out and spend money to get it, but it's fine. What is the best way to farm Lobi? The only sources of Lobi that there are, you got 3 different ways really that exist in the game right now. You can do the event campaign, get 1500 Lobi that way. You can open lockboxes, and on average, you'll get 5.4 Lobi per lockbox. Or you can open promo packs and get it to around 10 or yeah, it's going to be exactly 10 Lobi per promo pack because it's a fixed value. So the only free way to get Lobi is through the event campaign. Otherwise, you have to get into the gambling mechanics in the game. Sarcasm, how's it going? On a little bit of a delay here today. Hello, Dwayne. Your Doran interceptor there. What is up with the visuals in this map? Like, part of my ship looks fine, and then the other just looks terrible. Yeah, back in the day when they ran the featured episodes or whatever, they had a couple of events where they gave away like, what was it, like 50 Lobi per mission you did or something, and you could get a few hundred free. But they haven't done that in like a decade now. They stopped doing that a long time ago. So if you want Lobi for free, it's the event campaign. And technically it is if you're looking to get the most value out of your event campaign, the Lobi is it. Lobi is what would cost you the most to obtain outside of the event. For the event campaign this year, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to get. I'm probably going to do a video where I'm just like, these are the 5 things I'm looking at from the event campaign. So, Sarcasm, yeah, I'm trying out dual streaming with Restream. I don't know if I'll do it, long term, but I figured I would give it a shot. There are some issues that I've run into, like, getting notifications from both to pop up and chat. I know there's probably solutions for that. I just set Restream up like 10 to 15 minutes before I hit the button to start streaming. So you were able. Okay, I got you, Chow. So you were able to get some crystals from doing certain accolades. Gotcha. Yeah, the two T6 coupons. If you're really after two specific ships, that's a good way to go. Yeah, I'll have to reach out to you, Dark, and just get help with that if I continue to do a restream. If I can get the chat and all the notifications to pop up, that'd be really nice. Yeah, sounds good. After my stream, I'm probably gonna go get some. Probably not gonna be streaming too much longer because today was mostly just like a test stream, just getting dailies done, things like that. Not really a ton for me to do in the game. I've already got like, all the dailies done, so. That would be appreciated, Sark. It does remind me. Something I haven't done for a while is channel invites. So let me go grab the channel invites quick and get those set out for the. Gotta log into the. Is there a DOF database that is searchable? I don't think so. A lot of the old resources to make DOFing easier, like the DOF job spreadsheet, that I don't know if that's even being like still supported. I don't think people are keeping that up to date. Is it worth spending the Lobi to combine the Solene EV suits? I would not. I would not do that. Yeah, there's a lot of DOFs that are just randomly generated. Yeah. I'm gonna send out the invites for 10K here. I've not sent these out for a while, or I haven't cleared the sheet. No. Get these up on. Not a Spencer stream without there being some spreadsheet of some sort, right? So with this, I go and with this method, I'm just grabbing the invites from 10K. So let me get this done. Channel on invite. Yes. -10K. This side, I'm going to do create Nate. So I can combine the invite command with the handle. Now I just have to go and get all these invites done. Lots of people have qualified for 10K. So I just copy this list. I go in game and paste. So 10K's got its latest batch of invites there. DPS 10K. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with invites because the last couple of weeks I've gotten a little bit burnt out on the game. I mean, who's surprised? You know, just doing all those IS. Now I need to grab the invites for. I'll worry about the ground and prime later. 10K is the big one to get done. Book of Origin. Kiwi, I don't know. What's this ISE you're talking about? I've never done it. DPS 10k is invited based off you doing 10k DPS in ISA. So it's extremely... It's an extremely easy to get into channel. It basically serves as the DPS public channel for the league. ISE is where you go in and either you have a good team and you get a good number, or you have a bad team and you get a bad number. That's what ISE is. Cthulhu burned out on STO? I know. Who could ever believe that? I need to go through and I need to get rid of these other channels, but like clearing out a channel like DPS Ground 800 is a pain, because I can just go through and like kick people out, but this takes forever. So I shut down DPS Ground 800 and I haven't cleared it out or done anything with it, just because if I kick too many people out of a chat channel at the same time, it takes down the entire chat server for everyone playing this game. Fun fact. Learned that while doing while kicking people out of DPS 30k last year. Crashed the chat server for like 6 hours. This was crazy. The STO server or chat server is just unable to handle even this. It's me kicking out too many people at the time. Oh, they're trolling. Like if I was the owner of the channel, I could just hit the destroy button, but I can't do that. Davis must have loved me that day. Yeah. Chell, because I'm not the owner of the channel, they won't help there. Yeah. So let me... Okay. Yeah, calling it ISE or IGE definitely helped make that more recognizable for people. But off the top of my head, ICE is space, infected the conduit, and ground is, what is it, infected Manus, right? The fun part of moderating anything within the game is mechanics like this. But this is like, you see how fun this is just for me to kick out everyone in ground 800? There was what, like 500, 600, 700 people in there? Now imagine that, but for like one of these channels that has, let's take a look at 75k. Like 75k I need to clear out. But it's got 4,700 people in it. Not easy for me to clear that out. I should poke someone at Cryptic and just see if they can help clear out some of these channels or give me ownership of them so I can hit the button. But the issue we have with some of the older channels is the people that admin them haven't been around in a long time. I think Porch does still log in every now and then, but for like 10K, that's Tom is the owner of that Agricel, and he hasn't played the game in a decade now, pretty much. Am I part of the DPS league? The numbers channel one, yes. Like for DPS 10K, 7, well, I guess it's the lineup is now 10K, Elites, Prime. Chell, I don't think that would be a very good path for me to go down. Yeah, I mean, Gearbox technically owns it, or owns STO, but everything is still managed by Cryptic. Like, the Gearbox acquisition I don't think is going to change anything for a while, if it changes anything at all. Ice Knight, how's it going? Yeah, I'm not an admin in all those old channels, so they wouldn't just give me ownership or anything like that. I've been pretty good, Ice Knight. A little bit burnt out on the game recently, you know, doing all the infected runs. Um, that's burned out a lot of people, and just I'm still playing STO. It's just finding a good balance to not burn myself out fully, you know? Going through one of those phases right now. I think we've all been there. Oh, Warhammer, yeah, I could use some help. Yeah, I could use some help clearing out like DPS 75K. You want to get rid on that. And Waldo, I've got a wrist brace around here somewhere because you got to click so much in this game for how many different things. Pretty much gonna develop RSI playing it. I mean, 75K was retired. The space lineup is 10K, then it jumps up to elites, then prime. I can't even make people an admin in some of the old ones. That's what sucks. Yeah, Ice Knight. I mean, we all go through it. You know, it's the with STO. If you're playing it long term, you know, you're gonna have phases where you get a little bit burnt out, and it's important to find a balance where you're still, you know, just find just a groove where you can log in, get your dailies done, and then go move on, play the other game you're playing right now. It's not that big of a deal, sarcasm. The channel's muted. check some word here. Let's see what messages I missed. But yeah, sarcasm, it's not that big of a deal. I just slowly like clearing out some of the older channels. I mean, 10K is still there, but like DPS ground 200 and 75K both need to be cleared or just deleted, but I'm not too worried about it. They've been sitting there for a while now. You started at launch, have taken many breaks. Yeah, I think anyone that actually plays this game long term is going to take breaks. So you're going to find what works for you, and Warhammer, you got to do 2 new DPS tunes for Fletcher. By the time you do that, like what little is left of the DPS scene will have like quit. Like as is, like in the last couple, like really in the last 6 months, like how much of the high-end DPS scene have we seen, you know, disintegrate? Do I know the person in the simi? Oh no, I don't recognize that handles anymore. Yeah, I mean, if you find the good balance, yeah, you definitely don't need to quit entirely. Warhammer, if you beat my record, there's pretty much no chance of me catching up to you because I pretty much have stopped with runs at this point. I think it's now been 2 or 3 weeks since the last time I even did like an actual serious run. You're kicking out a 75K. Oh, let me jump in on this fun. Oh, the STO chat window, you gotta love it. Look at this number just ticking down. At this point though, like I'm not like I want to get higher DPS, of course, but like I've spent the last year and a half, you know, doing ISC runs. I'm just a little burnt out on it, to be honest about it. Like at this point, you know, in the last 6 or so months, we've seen what? Fanatics pretty much dead. Hans's group has really gone quite quiet. B team pretty much all burned out. Like Game Freak's little group there is the only group left doing any high-end runs. I want to see the Thaleron run, man. I want to see that ISA Thaleron. I want to see us crash the STO chat server because we're like clearing out a channel. Imagine if that happened. Yeah, once you get the Thaleron, like I've seen the numbers you guys are talking about, that's gonna be crazy. If you guys actually get like a 10 million DPS ISA, that's gonna kill. That's just the ISA scene dead. Let's be honest. Terrible. Cthulhu says if we want to crash STO, we need to have everyone on ESD hit the, or go to ESD and hit the Intel bridge officer at the same time. Yeah, I mean, the DPS chase is fun too, but I also, like, this happened well before Game Freaks got his record. Like, I was already, like, starting to just sit there during runs and think, you know, what's even the point of, like, continuing to go on? Like, we've already pushed to such a point of overkill, like, but that was also at the point where Fanatics was already dead. Like, Fanatics, I in my mind, Fanatics pretty much died out run-wise last year. Like, really, for most of this year, the only competition B team had was Hans's group, and they got burnt out on ISC. So it's like, for me, it's with the DPS chasing, like, I could keep going at it. But for a while there, it was just like, what's the point? I think Game Freak's strategy, you know, there's elements of it that I still think could be improved, but I'm not, and I think this goes for a lot of people I know, is there's just no motivation to even invest the time into it. Yeah, the people don't like the constant build changing. Yeah, we need to do something that's actually challenging. But the issue with the current no-win scenario map that they have is that it's basically, do people have the Proto Matter console? I'm not going to, right? That's the thing. Like, at this point, I'm quite invested in some other games. I just started playing SWTOR a week or so back, and like, I can sit here, try and get people to do the runs again, but what's the point? You know, there's no, like, I don't care enough about, like, Game Freaks or people beating me on the table. You know, having the top of the table is nice, but it's not the be all end all with STO. Salt mine, yeah. You know, before they got rid of that, they were gonna do an event with that, I remember, and then they decided not to go with it. You don't have to keep the Maru alive anymore? Wow. Am I okay? No, I'm not okay. See what I'm gotta do? Like, I'm actually clicking this. I should have the bot set up, like, auto-clicking this crap for me, but this is the fun of cleaning out a channel in STO. Just 1K. Ray, how's it going? Kiwi, I'm in the clan that Yaws and PC had set up. Nick invited me over there. So I'm in the same clan as, like, Stu, Nick, and all of them over on SWTOR. Yeah, Ralston, that was quite a bit of a carry. I think with elite TFOs, like, the T4, like, yeah, that's something. If you have people, like-minded people that want to go and do that, that can be fun. But I personally, for me, to just demonstrate how much of a joke a lot of the STO content is, I prefer to just do, like, solo. I'm clearing out 75K. Once this channel's cleared out, it's done. Like, 75K will be no more. Just another 200 to go. Joe, if you're looking to get into a channel for like elite content, DPS numbers elite would be my recommendation. Goodbye, 75K. Okay, I'm not doing ground 200 right now. That's not happening. The ground 200 channel, that's another 4,000 to be cleared out. That can happen another day. The issue with the DPS channels as is, like back in the day we had a ton of DPS channels, but the simple reality is the game's not active enough anymore for it. 50K I think already got cleared out. 30K was the one where we got like 10% of the way through it and then it crashed the chat server. So I just left 30K. I'm not in it. But yeah, DPS elites, if you can get 150,000 DPS in ISA, ISE, or HSE, you can get, and you upload that result to the STO combat meter. That will get you an invite into the elites channel, and that would be a place you could go to do like speed runs or things like that. Sarcasm, I'm not even in 30K anymore. I left 30K, I left 50K. Pretty much the only channels I'm still in are, well, 10K and then the 3 channels that I run. Appreciated. Sarcasm, if you crash the chat server, let us know. Ralston, get you your invite. Ralston, I don't know, it says character name not found. Ralston is an old friend of mine. Don't worry, I'm not degrading him. That lovely name that I put in. Becca, how's it going? Make sure you're in the Gucci channels, Ralston. Terrible. Yeah, Sarcasm, I think you dealt with Ralston back in the day. I got him an invite. I got him. He wanted an invite to elites. I got him. Oh, have I don't think I've shown off. Let me pull up display capture. So reminder, if you're interested on the Builds Discord, there's another giveaway in the giveaways channel for a Styx Terran Dreadnought cruiser. This giveaway has another 3 weeks left on it. This is for PC only. And I'm going to be doing a giveaway on my channel here or on YouTube, probably in within the next week or so. I wanted to do it earlier this week or get it started, but things happened. And that'll be for a Janeway class promotional ship. Ryder, how's it going? I should switch ships. This one's not casual enough? Oh, that's true. What is like a really casual ship that I have on this character? What's like a really RP level ship that I could get into here? Yeah, ground 200. Yeah. Oh, the Defiant. That's a really Erogen Hunter. The Miranda's too high DPS potential, okay? The Miranda legitimately is too good of a ship. The Malachowski is too good of a ship to be casual. What it T1 Miranda, wow. Celsior? The Defiant is really casual, isn't it? Like, this is like one of the ships that I have had people request I do a build on numerous times, and I probably will because that'll be a really good content piece. Everyone loves the Defiant. Yeah, I agree. I need to... Jose, thanks for stopping by. The Akira, I don't know if I still have the Akira set up on this character. I'm not really flying anything right now, but the Akira is definitely a ship. Amanda Rizzle, thank you for follow. Leave the 200 admin window open for a second. Okay. Oh yeah, I see the count dropping there. Ralston's here. He got really happy when I brought in my legendary Jem'Hadar bug ship yesterday. Grim, I would very much like that. Funny to see. Ralston's got some bad flashbacks to this bug ship. I told him I'd taken a casual build-in with an ISA to him yesterday, and he didn't like that I stole the deets. But anyways, back to what I was going to show. Over on the Builds Discord, you know, I've showed off, you know, the V'ger application, the visual glossary for easy reference. We've also got a build planner that's seen a fair bit of development called Sets, but there's also been the new parser to replace SCM. And Shinga and Ranger have done a lot of work with this. And the UI is coming along there. This isn't like the final of the UI, but this is where we're at right now. So I think part of the goal with Oscar is basically like, I think Nick and I were talking about this, and we want it to basically be like if SCM and Cat were like combined, you know? So because there's SCM's visual appearance is very easy for people to use, but Cat has a lot of depth that you can go into numbers wise. So if we could get, you know, a better, like, deeper analysis window that you can open up in Oscar here, that would be really nice, while still retaining the easy appearance that SCM has. But I like how it's coming along. It's nowhere, it's not finished. There's still not a real-time parser on Oscar or anything like that. It's still in development, but you know, it's coming along. That's what's nice to see. Okay, I will help. Yeah, Cat is extremely nice for how far in depth you can get with that. But if you go to the STO Builds website, stobuilds.com, there is a link to sets. It's been fairly developed. It'll probably be the next thing I do, or like the next piece of software I talk about on a video. But sets really has come quite far. Well, they don't have the full like manual done yet, but It's pretty nice. It's a build planner, but it's a downloadable application. There's not a website. You can download it and mess around with it. I'll drop a link to it in the description here. Apparently, me trying to post that just got rid of my entire chat window. That was a mistake. How do I get that back? Okay. So if I miss anything in the Twitch chat, that's because I am an idiot and just hit the wrong button on my thing and I've just lost my Twitch chat. Got the Twitch window open on another window, but it doesn't always show everything. Manually drop the link both. Oscar will have to be really good to beat Cat. Yeah. Yeah, I understand there's definitely Cat sets a very high bar. Terrible. Hey, Wolves, how's it going? PvP, I still think PvP can be fun, but there's definitely a level of investment that most people are not willing to go to because it's just expensive to get a super competitive build. Easy one button Admiralty mod when? Well, that's going to be hard, being they keep nerfing everything handy keybind wise. Like in just the last couple of weeks, we've had a bunch of the really handy keybinds taken out. The crafting ones have been nerfed. The doffing one has been nerfed. It don't work anymore. The button to like collect your Admiralty mission, that's gone. They took that out. So I don't think we're getting a nice mod for anything like that anytime soon. Yeah, PvP without a rule set to prevent certain abilities being used will mean that it's not going to be a fun experience. Like I think, yeah, I think a lot of these keybinds for doffing, Admiralty, crafting have been removed because Cryptic is worried about botting. But anyone that's actually serious about botting this game has more than enough capabilities to just say, go to X point on the screen and click left mouse button with their software rather than using the keybind. Like, I think getting rid of those keybinds hurts legitimate players more than it hurts the botters out there. Because for anyone botting the game, it's just a minor inconvenience where they just have to spend a couple minutes to fix those issues. Joe, they haven't, and they probably never will. When they nuke something because of botting or people that were violating the terms of service, Cryptic doesn't like to give information about that. So we're stuck there, you know, just guessing this. Well, ground 200's almost cleared. Sarcasm, thank you for the assistance here. Nice night, thanks for stopping by. Nice to see you around. I'm probably not going to be on for too much longer either. I'm starting to get hungry, and this, this clicking is very, very intensive. Now I can leave 200. Joe, I'm too poor and nothing is sold. Nobody's buying anything. I can't gamble. Yep, goodbye, 200. Lord Bane, that is correct. I would never do anything that would violate the STO terms of service on my primary account. Yes, DeVito, thanks for stopping by. So, tomorrow's video is going to be regarding a browser game that I've been playing for a while. I talked about this last week that I was going to start doing content for it. Tomorrow's video is just going to be like touring my account over there. Part of the reason for that is just to like demonstrate that this isn't like a Raid Shadow Legends type thing, that this is actually a game that I play. So that's what tomorrow's video is going to be. And then Monday, I'm going to be doing a piece that dives into the new expansion for this game. And then Tuesday will probably be the next STO video. Yeah, so OGame is launching the expansion on the first server that is coming out with the new expansion on it is going live Monday. And then later this month, they're going to be pushing it out to all servers, I believe. So the game is called OGame. If you look at the description of most of my recent videos, I've had a link to it. I do have several mods installed, so my appearance for OGame is going to be a little bit different. Evolve State, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's the UI is different, but like I said, I have some mods installed that change the appearance. But there will be a few content pieces going over this game, but STO stuff is still gonna be in develop. Like I'm still doing STO content. It's just that tomorrow's video and Monday's video are going to be about OGame. One, to demonstrate, that it's a game that I actually play and just show off, my account there. And like I said, Monday we'll be explaining the new expansion that goes live on Monday. One dead game at a time, Spencer. Terrible rolls. Yeah, OGame has a lot of games that are very similar to it. This game, it came out in 2002, so there's been lots of games that have like. But STO wise, oh no, I'm being invited to our Piers Bridge. OGame, there's not really gambling mechanics. It's played in your browser. But they are working on a mobile app, and there is unfortunately a pay to win mechanic that they're currently debating how to resolve. They put it into the game and didn't quite. They're sort of bad about this, about recognizing how things are going to be abused by people. So they're trying to figure out how to balance that out. But there's no gambling. But there is currently a pay to win mechanic, yeah. Ralston. So Ralston here in chat, Chris Ralston, he's a bit of an RPer. He really likes the Galaxy class. Guys, Ralston never change, man. Ralston would fit in really well over on one of Triz's streams. Yeah, now you're saying ERP? That is a sign to get off the bridge. Yeah, Count Zero, it has some flaws, yeah, but you can play the game perfectly fine, free to play, and they started up a CC program recently, so that's why it's pushing to get some of this content done for that game. But it is actually a game that I play. That's what tomorrow's video is just going to demonstrate. Where is Starfleet Dental? Unfortunately, they're not really around much anymore. I know a lot of people got frustrated with Dental, but I sort of miss the days of Starfleet Dental just going around and rolling a bit. OGame is basically you're just building up planets and battling other players. There's the like the fighting in the game. I haven't really played Stellaris a ton, so it's hard to say. But like if I wanted to go and attack someone right now, I would move my fleet over from this moon over to a moon close to the target. I'd find the target, sim it out, and just see what it would take to beat them. Like this target has a lot of defenses, and for me to beat them, I would need like X amount of fleet. So with OGame, when you do actually get a combat, let's see, like you don't see a visual or anything. You just get a report like this, and it's all text based, basically. Build 300k spy drones. I've got 1.2 million though. Yep. So with OGame, yeah, if you want to protect your fleet while you're offline, you're gonna, send it out on a mission to one of your other planets or moon, ideally a moon, and you would send it on like a deployment at a speed where it'll land at a time when you're gonna be online again. Like if I was sending out my fleet for a fleet save, I'd send it on like a, whatever time frame down here for duration that I know I'll be back on the game again. I've got a fairly good fleet on this server. It's not the biggest, but it works, and I've got a ton of resources that I've been saving up for the next expansion. But I'm gonna start to wrap things up for today. Is there any final questions or anything people have? And also, I'm gonna sort of copy McStud here. I'm gonna make a channel on my Discord, called. Let's do. Go here. I'm gonna make a new channel just called Video Ideas. And if you have a video like you would like to see, like an idea, put it in here, and if it's something that I can cover, then feel free to drop it in. I'll take a look at it, see if it's see what I think about it, and if it's something I can cover, then I'll take a look into it. Keithulu, thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, Joe, it's yeah, probably quite similar to Fleet in that regard. Then I've never played Fleet Command, but I wouldn't be surprised if Fleet Command took some elements from OGame, because OGame, it's not as popular nowadays, but it was a really big game in the early 2000s. Where is skill in Zen store? Their skill bonus pool. Giant Dutch Viking, how's it going? Catching me just at the tail end of the stream here. If there's no further questions, again, I want to say thank you to all channel members. I do need to get up. If you're a channel member and you haven't already joined the Discord, there are some channels in there for like sub chats or upcoming content. I do need to update the upcoming content, but if you have any video requests or ideas in there, feel free to dump them in there too. Make sure you link your Discord account to your like your YouTube or Twitch, depending on where you're subbed, or Patreon, wherever you've got your stuff set up. Get to your Discord. that is gonna be it for today because I need to go get some food. Sarcasm, I'll send you a message here in a little bit then about the Restream stuff because I would like to get the chat and all that up on the screen and the notifications. Thank you to everyone for stopping by. See you guys next time.